6 o'clock.
Good evening. We'd like to welcome everybody to the regular school board meeting on Thursday, April 7th. Mr. Philo, could you call the roll, please?
Mr. Browning,
Here?
Mr. McCourt,
Here.
Ms. Landon,
Here.
Mrs. Malad,
Here.
Mr. Steininger.
Here. Could we please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next is to approve the agenda as presented. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Philo?
Mr. McCourt,
Yes.
Mrs. Malad.
Yes.
Ms. Landon,
Yes.
Mr. Steininger,
Yay.
Mr. Browning.
Yes. Next is to approve the minutes of the Thursday, March 3rd regular meeting. Could I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Wendy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Need a second?
Second.
Thank you. Mr. Philo?
Ms. Landon,
Yes.
Mrs. Malad,
Yes.
Mr. Steininger.
Yay.
Mr. McCourt,
Yes.
Mr. Browning.
Yes. Next is board reports and good of the order. We can start with Katie.
All right. I will start with that. Next week, the Fairborn City Schools is supporting Ohio Military Family Spirit Week. On April 11th, they'll be wearing something to support your favorite branch day. April 12th is Red, White, and Blue Day. The 13th will be Camouflage Day. The 14th is Wear Red Day. And 15th is Purple Up Day. Also, we would like to recognize our board member, Pat McCourt, for his achievement at Ace Hardware as Employee of the Month for approximately the 37th time.
Yeah.
But he still doesn't have a key to the building. And lastly, I would like to say thank you to all of the students who participated in the 2022 Earth Day Art Essay and Video contest. I was over to do the judging on those yesterday, and they were amazing. We had a good time looking through everything that everybody did. The theme this year was Invest in Our Planet. And FCS is working with the City of Fairborn Sustainability Committee on this yearly contest. The artwork, videos, and essays will be on display and posted and shared on social media. And the winners will be revealed at the Earth Day program that is going to be at Spark Fairborn, I think on Saturday the 23rd. So that will be, everybody will get to find out who won then. All right. All right. We'd like to say congratulations to our Fairborn students who were inducted to the National Technical Honor Society at Greene County Career Center. So from Fairborn, we had Shiloh Arnold, which is in the aviation maintenance class, Dawson Darnell, veterinary science, Anastasia Day, digital design, Brooklyn Fannin, health science, Timothy Ponser, digital design, Devonte Smith, culinary arts, Dylan Tackett, and Career X. And again, we'd like to congratulate everybody that was inducted. That is a great honor, and congratulations to all your achievements. We also have a congratulations going out to a Fairborn High School junior, Alicia Malad, who'll be representing. You're gonna
I know,
cry
I get
too.
choked up too. Sorry. I love her, so.
I told Wendy she had to read this because
Yeah.
I was going to cry.
She'll be representing Fairborn as a national youth delegate to the 2022 Washington Youth Summit on the Environment at George Mason University. The summit is a unique student leadership conference designed to develop and encourage future leaders in the important field of environmental studies and conservation in the 21st century. So congratulations again to Alicia and to Mom and Dad,
Yeah.
Katie and Marty. And Katie, obviously, she's sitting on her sofa. So.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Also, a shout out to, Becky Zink. Thank you for your, helping with the senior class and all the hard work and dedication, and your high school team that you guys put this together and getting our kids there. I know they had a great time. I've seen a lot of the pictures that were online. And shout out to Brian McKnight.
for driving the van, I think, at the last minute, right? Came to the. Yes. Yeah, and Amy Whitehill, and to all the chaperones that,
Amy
you know,
Gayheart
accompanied.
survived it.
Yeah, you survived, and I'm sure it was a great trip for everyone, and it was greatly appreciated that you guys, you know, got to have the actual trip this year. I was kind of jealous, so.
How she pulled it off. The first 3 hours she drove, the weather was beautiful. Once we switched, it was horrible.
Oh, I'm sorry. But you had a good trip.
We had a great trip.
Like I said, the pictures were great, and I'm glad everyone had a great time. So thanks everyone again for everything that you did to make that trip possible for our kids. I think that was all I
Okay,
had.
Pat?
Okay, a couple of them. Fairborn primary first and second grade students are preparing for the up-and-coming musicals. So be sure to check out the FCS web calendar to come out and see our talented students at Fairborn Primary. Secondly, the Fairborn High School students in the PLTW Biomedical Science program had an insightful experience at the Ohio HOSA State Leadership Conference and competition at Columbus Convention Center. Jessica Cleaves, Emma Epstein, and Natalie Oktavek all qualified for state competition from last month's competition, if that made sense. Natalie competed in round one of the sports medicine event. Emma competed in round one and then qualified for round two in the health career photography. And Jessica competed in round one, qualified for round two, and then won third place in the state for healthy lifestyles. Jessica is now qualified to compete at the international competition this summer. And we would also like to thank Mrs. Spurk, our PLTW biomedical science teacher at Fairborn High School, for providing and encouraging these amazing opportunities for our students. This set of courses offers the great way to learn about different career paths in the medical field. And be sure to watch the construction updates on FCS website and social media. This is the progress on both the intermediate and the high school. The progress at the Fairborn Intermediate site, everything's going well. They're amazing to watch both buildings go up. And finally, and most importantly, special day on April 4th, it was my wife and my 41st anniversary. But more importantly, it was Mr. Philo's birthday. And Mr. Philo, even though he looks a lot older, is only 60 years old. And we like to keep him around just to kick him around. So congratulations,
Thanks for putting that on the internet for me.
CFO. And that's all I have, Jerry. Thank you.
Tim?
Okay, I'd like to say that the Fairborn Intermediate is having a fundraiser night at the Dayton Dragons on Friday, April 22nd. The game time is 7 o'clock. Every ticket purchased, $7, will go back into FIS. Information is posted on the FCS website and in the April news. On May 4th, our Fairborn Primary, Families Night will be at the Dayton Dragons game. I will be there on April 22nd, by chance. Senior banners are on display throughout the city. If you haven't noticed, they're up and around. We'd like to thank the Fairborn City Schools, TCA Graphics, and the City of Fairborn for your commitment to make this incredible project come forth. And if you have noticed, they're all over. I've started to see them in many different places around town. That's really, really neat to see when you drive through town.
Indeed.
Thanks to our senior class of 2022. That's me.
Okay. I'd like to start with, I've been able to see the indoor drum line a couple times, and I really enjoy watching them perform. There's a lot of hard work that goes into that, and I just think I enjoy drums, I enjoy drum line, and their performance this year is really good. I saw the color guard also at the community show, and again, great performance, a lot of hard work that goes into that, and I think both of those are good things that allow kids to get involved in a lot of other activities. A shout out to Vicky Hudipole. So there's a press release that's coming out on this, and we'd like to congratulate Fairborn Primary Principal Vicky Hudipole for being named the OAESA Principal of the Year, and to the Fairborn Primary School for being named a Hall of Fame school. That's a big deal. That's a big accomplishment, and we ought to be proud that she's part of Fairborn Schools. So that's it. Next, recognition of visitors.
I have none, Mr. President.
Okay, then let's move on to the school district presentations.
Thank you. So tonight we welcome Mrs. Becky Zink, our senior class advisor, and our class of 2022 senior class officers who are going to tell us about their trip to New York.
Thank you for having us here tonight. We are here again representing the class of 2022. My name is Trevor Martin, and I'm the class president. With me tonight are class officers, Vice President Alex Fall, Treasurer Desiree Yarborough, and Historian Skyland Spellman. We have come tonight to thank you for allowing us to take our senior class trip to New York City and to give you an idea of what we experienced.
As a class, we visited the Top of the Rock Observatory, twice actually. The first time we went, it was too foggy to see anything. Luckily, we were fortunate enough to return to Top of the Rock on the second night and were able to look over the whole city of New York as the sun set. We toured the Metropolitan Museum of Art, traveled by ferry to the Statue of Liberty, and visited the American Museum of Natural History, which was the setting of the Night in the Museum movies. At the end of the first and second days, our entire group met for dinner at the Hard Rock Cafe and at Playwright Tavern.
When not participating in whole group tours, seniors were split into smaller groups we called families. Each family designed their own travel plan to visit sites of interest to every member. Visiting the World Trade Center Memorial, Times Square, and adventuring through Little Italy and Chinatown were some of the destinations. Families saw the Bull on Wall Street, visited St. Patrick's Cathedral, and the Ghostbusters Firehouse in Greenwich Village. One family even met the mayor of New York City outside a Gracie mansion. Families also experienced riding the subway, walking through Central Park, and shopping on Fifth Avenue.
A highlight of the trip was attending a Broadway show. This year we saw Wicked. With an amazing costume and set design and the use of a fly system multiple times throughout the show, this show had something for everyone, and our class loved it. Some of our classmates even got the opportunity to get a framed poster signed by the cast members. One of the many messages of the show, "Friendship Stands the Test of Time," accurately reflects the objective of the class trip. One of the most memorable moments of the trip was the final day's family dinner following the show. Each family had dinner on their own and enjoyed one last bonding moment to bring our senior trip to its conclusion.
Our class had a great time in New York City and learned a lot. This trip has given us the opportunity to travel to an expansive and diverse city to see what other cultures are like. The annual senior class trip gives many students who would not have had the chance to travel the opportunity to do so. We had outstanding chaperones who made sure this trip was special for all of us. We want to thank all of you again for allowing us to continue the Fairborn High School tradition of taking a senior class trip. The memories made by the members of the class of 2022 are ones we will never forget. Please enjoy this brief slideshow of our trip.
do want to add that, let me just tell you what, I'm choked up watching that because, one, our kids represented Fairborn so well, and we have so much to be proud of in our students. And so I just want to commend the senior class for just being amazing human beings and going to New York and just making such a positive reflection on Fairborn. Second of all, I want to say that senior class officers, you cannot realize and you do not realize right now the leadership capacity that has been developed in you by being a senior class officer. And I know that it's a lot of work, and I'm sure that there are times that Mrs. Zink says, these things have to be done, and your eyes probably can't roll back in your head any farther. But I really want to challenge you that the skills that you have developed by being in this role will benefit you the rest of your life, and I want to challenge you to go out into the world, whatever your next step is, and to use those skills, because you can't even give yourself enough credit right now for what you have become over this last year and being able to serve as a senior class officer, and I thank you for your work. And finally, I just want to say I appreciate the opportunity to go on this trip, and it was really a highlight of my year, and if you get the chance to chaperone, I would encourage you to do it because it's an amazing opportunity. You come home tired, but it's an amazing opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, I was
Thank
just
you
gonna.
guys for sharing.
Yeah, I was just going to say thank you. I want to echo what Amy said. Thank you for representing Fairborn and Fairborn High School well. What you don't realize is it also helps set the tone for future classes getting to go. You know, so it really does a lot, and it says a lot for Fairborn going there and representing well and having a good time, but doing it the right way. So thank you very much. And have you guys found your banners yet? Your senior banners? Good.
And I'll just throw out, I don't know who rode with him, but I rode
With Brian?
with Brian McKnight in a car, and I had
Douglas.
my rosary beads and my plastic Jesus and everything else with him. So for those of you who rode with him, we're glad to see you're still one part.
It was precious cargo.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
And Mrs. Zink, thank you
Enjoyed
for
the
all of your hard
slideshow.
work, too. And that's it for the superintendent's report. Thank
Okay.
you.
Next, we move on to budget and finance. The treasurer's recommendation is to approve the attached resolution, accepting the amount and rates from the Budget Commission, and then also approving the monthly financial report. Mr. Philo, any comments? Nope. Okay, can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Philo?
Mr. McCourt,
Yes.
Mrs. Malad,
Yes.
Ms. Landon,
Yes.
Mr. Steininger.
Yay.
Mr. Browning.
Yes. Next is administrative reports and superintendent recommendations. And if you flip through, you'll see that it goes all the way to the middle part of page 6. So what's in here is a number of recommendations around employees, those types of things. There is a kind of a significant one on page 3 regarding Dr. Sue Brackenhoff. And just wanted to bring that out, in the intent to retire, but also the intent to come back as a rehire, so that's awesome.
We're not ready to turn you out to pasture yet.
So are there any questions, other comments the rest of the board has in this area? Okay, if
That
not,
Dr. Brackenhoff has an amazing amount of expertise that we do not want to lose.
right. So, gotta get a motion, please.
So moved.
Thanks, Wendy.
Second.
Thanks, Tim. Mr. Philo?
Ms. Landon,
Yes.
Mr. Steininger,
Yay.
Mrs. Malad,
Yes.
Mr. McCourt,
Yes.
Mr. Browning.
Yes. Motion passes. Next, gifts and donations. Pat, would you want to handle it?
Okay, great, yeah. Be glad to. Fairborn City School Board of Education would like to gracefully acknowledge the following gifts and donations. This from the Hall of Honor, Jane Clifton, a $100 Skyhawk donor. Michael and Darla Foy, $50 white donor. Kelly Fuller, I guess it is, Miami Valley Dance Center, $100. Ed Gibbons, $100. Jim Hurd, $100. David Coker, $100. Mike Mayer, $50. Alan, David, and William Nebus, $100, in memory of Oscar and Dorothy, of course. Barb Parsons, $25, in memory of Mary Lou Andes and Eugene Fisher. William Shiley, $50 white donator, and R. Ellen Sloan Farthing, $100. Mel and Joan Sturts, $50. Wright Pinson, $500. And Ron McDermott Scholarship, Park Hills High School alumni, $160. Turf Fund, Domicombe Printing, $500. Chris and Pam Gayhart, $1,000. Lowell and Martha Heck, $1,000. And Steve Ross, $25. To each and every one of them, we thank you for your generous donation. And we couldn't do a lot of things without those people, so thanks again.
Okay. So next on the agenda is a work session.
Correct. We anticipate a short work session, and then we'll go into an executive session. After the executive session, we don't anticipate any other action items except adjournment. So if the board will move out here, we'll occupy the tables.
Sounds good. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.